Hi, welcome back to Code Cloud and DevOps Ask Me Anything. I got some questions which are related, so I'll merge two questions in the answer I'm giving today. The first question goes thus: do you have a better roadmap for me as a .NET engineer? I'd like to hear that. And the second question goes thus: please, I want to commence learning on C#. I don't know how to go about it, and I need a curriculum and a set of courses I can register to make it happen so I can be an expert within 1 year. Thanks very much for your questions, and I will answer it this way. I made a blog post I think about 4 years ago on things you can do as a C# developer, and there's a lot of content on it online, but I'll explain it a bit in this video. So for a .NET developer or a .NET engineer in your case, developer engineer, in the context of the video, I'll make them mean the same thing. So as a .NET developer, there are a lot of possibilities on what you can do with .NET. You can decide to be a web developer. Web developer here could be backend systems or front-end system, or you could be a full-stack developer developing backend and front-end systems. So using something like ASP.NET Core with Angular, React, Redux, or maybe even using Blazor as your front-end framework. So you could learn ASP.NET and become a full-fledged web developer. You can also become a cross-platform device developer, for example, building apps for mobile devices, iPhones, Androids, Windows, and PC with .NET MAUI. Or you can decide to be a machine learning engineer using ML.NET. You can decide to be an AI engineer using tools like cognitive services, bringing intelligence into applications to write daily. So you can also be a game developer, writing code with tools like Unity. So there's a lot of possibilities on what you can be. So I think the first question you need to ask yourself is, what do I want to be? Do I want to be a web developer? Do I want to be a mobile developer? Do I want to be a game developer? Do I want to be an AI developer? Do I want to be a cloud developer? Are you building tools in Azure? So that will define what path they will take. For example, I would call myself, if I'm to think in terms of .NET, I'll call myself more of a mobile developer than a web developer, because my expertise is in Xamarin and .NET MAUI. Although I could write ASP.NET if I wanted to, but my expertise is not in those. So in terms of pathway, well, you've learned the Hello World, you've learned all the if, else if, and all those nice things. You've created your to-do app, as everybody does when they learn fundamentals of programming. So the next question you want to ask yourself is if you want to go fully into web, which I think most people actually do, and then they go into mobile. But I think back then when I was learning programming myself, I just went full straight into mobile, utilizing other people's APIs. So you could go cross-platform mobile development and start building apps for Mac OS, Windows with .NET MAUI. I bet you it's very nice. Okay, it's very nice to learn .NET MAUI. You should do that. Actually, I won't be biased here. I'll say go for whatever you love. So you could start learning ASP.NET immediately after you learn the fundamentals of C#. You learn tools like ASP.NET, you learn the frameworks, repository patterns, unit of work, all those kind of things. You will learn all those in that model, because the model you pick or the pathway you pick in .NET will determine what kind of things you will learn also. So define what you want to learn and then pick that pathway. So I mentioned 4 major pathways, even though there are a lot more: web development, cross-platform mobile development, cloud development, game development, and AI development, and machine learning development. Oh, I also forgot there's also IoT development. So you can build apps for smart devices, smart fridges, smart watches, and anything smart in the world today. So those are things you could be as a .NET developer. And of course, when you learn one, it doesn't mean you cannot learn other things. So you can be a web developer and a cross-platform developer. You could be a cloud developer and a web developer and a mobile developer. There's no limit to what you can be with .NET. So you can become an all-round developer. There's this saying that .NET is the one language to rule them all. And it is kind of true, because you can be anything. You can develop for web, mobile, cloud, game, AI, IoT. What else do you want to develop for? Just answer me. Okay, kidding. Okay, I think I hope that answers your question. Even though I was funny a little bit, I hope I was. So those pathways are what you can be learning .NET. But I'll drop the link to that blog post in the video description and also as a pinned comment, so you can check it out and also have an in-depth read on what I wrote many years ago. Well, not that long. On that. And to the second question, a curriculum for .NET developers. I think all over the internet there is information. I especially have a playlist on C# development for beginners on my YouTube channel, so you can do well to check those out if you feel you like my style. Or you can go to the .NET website themselves, dot.net/videos. That's dot.edu/videos. You will have some fundamental programming courses on there also. Or you can just go on YouTube like this platform and search for C# developer course. There would be some courses there for you can actually go to. And if you want to go paid, you can learn on platforms like Pluralsight, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, and a whole lot more of them out there today. So you can utilize all those platforms, but of course YouTube is also there if you want to learn for free. And my playlist is actually nice. It's showing in the video description up here if you feel like getting those for yourself. I hope I answered your question at least a little bit. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a thumbs up and remember to share with your friends and families. And if you still have more questions on the cloud and DevOps Ask Me Anything, you can drop your questions using the link showing on your screen right now or using the QR code showing right about now on your screen, and I'll get to answer them as soon as possible. Until I come your way again with another video on my YouTube channel, I say stay safe and goodbye.